Good morning, guys. It's today is October 16th, and today is a Saturday morning, and I'm recording the video for Friday, October 15th. So if I use word today, that means you have to assume it's a Friday, and if I use word yesterday, you have to assume it's Thursday, right? So today's bias is neutral bullish, right? So I'm not going to walk you through all the pre-market notes which was published at when 6 a.m. in the morning, right? But overall you can see it here in the closing remark, right? So the closing remark from Thursday night, which was yesterday, stating this area could be the Globex low, and it may end up being a Globex low in ES, and this area may end up becoming Globex low in NQ, right? That was a preferred option, and then these two areas became Globex low. So basically price is telling you that buyers are active, right? Because this area became the Globex low, what we anticipated. So going into the day, we have to favor buyers. So this is what I am talking about here in general, that we have to favor buyers, right? NQ above this area, favor longs. Yes, above this area, favor long. Today stick with longs. That is what I'm saying here, right? Stay long. Russell also holding it above 69, stay long pretty much. Dow above 450, stay long, right? So Dow, this area became the high of the day, and this area became the low of the day, but both high and low came above this area. So Dow buyers have a control, right? Russell open above this area, went high to 97, this become high of the day, and then damn thing came down. 90 was a key area right of the open, and now it came down and closed right at 63, right? So this 63 is an important area for Russell buyers to hold it above. Otherwise you may see some selling come in Russell, and then it will go back to 40, 38, all this area. Gold is a garbage, do not trade. Crude, stay long, as long as it is. Every day I'm changing the levels for the crude to stay long, so certain areas. So today was above 80.20, stay long, right? So 81.10, this area became the low of the day, and then pretty much this area became the high of the day, right? So now tomorrow we will see what goes on. NQ's dream number, very powerful numbers, right? You can see the rotation around 86, 67, 73 today, entire day in NQ, and then it went higher, lower, all these things, but it rotated around the dream number. So these areas are important to watch if price comes there again. So overall we are going to favor buyers, right? So of the open, so this was a overnight price action, right, up to this point. Let's see what time it is. 9:20. Yes, right here, correct? So you can see it's a gap up situation, could be possibility, right? Because price was trading here around 9 o'clock, right? So it could be a wide gap up, right? That's the first thing. Price held above these areas, right, which I gave it in on Thursday night. So that is also confirming buyers, right? And we are going to favor buyers today. Then what happened? Then price here balance, breakout, right? Balance, breakout, it kind of failed breakout right here, right? Balance, breakdown, but again this breakout area held, right? One time went higher, resistance here, came down, right? Again this area held it, then balance, breakout, right? So now all this thing was telling you that hey, price wants you to go higher, balance, now you have a bigger balance, breakout, pull back, higher, simple, right? So keep it simple. And now you plug in that hey, this guy is holding as a Globex low, we had a wide gap up possibility, this is a balance breakout recently in the pre-market, this area has also confluence, it is our 45, 46 also broken resistance, can turn into support. Also it is confluence with 24-hour VWAP as well as now, right? Because VWAP, look at the beauty of it, VWAP is now lining up here as a support, right? So here it was lining up as a resistance at that point, right? Here also it tried to hold it, but it failed. So failed, right? And then it acted as a resistance. same to line up with this area, right? So now you're seeing line up as a support, right? And we talked about it in pre-market. If buyers are aggressive, 46 could hold, it's up to us whether we want to go aggressive buying or you want to wait for a pullback, back to, let's say, this 32 area or 38 area or 32 even area, right? It's a bold support. It can easily come down there, so but these are the aggressive buyers area now, because of this gap up situation from previous day, trend up day, all these things, buyers will be aggressive. They will be in a fear of missing out situation. Whoever did not buy it here missed it out. They are all over the places. They are looking to go long, because they missed it out. So that fear of missing out from the retail traders will kick in, especially right of the open, and they will be scrambling around to get on board, right? And that is what it happened here, so now going in right of the open, right, there is a arrow here, it's not a like valid setup, right? Valid setup is a bold arrow like this. This is a different arrow to short even right of the open, because this is a bold area. These are the good areas, all the way up to all the way up to 76, right? These are the midterm sellers area, and as long as price is holding below this area, midterm sellers are still active, so all these area are profit taking areas for whoever went long from the way bottom, so that's why, and it's also midterm sellers area, so it can hold actually, so especially when price is now almost gapping up here right into resistance, you can short it and you can join the midterm sellers, if you want to. But it's not a like first test short for the day trading. We are day traders, right? We are not a swing trader who can short here and put a 20-point stop. So on that basis, it's not a good setup. But based on the area itself, it's a good setup. But then you need a larger stop if you want to day trade these things, right? But from here you can target 46. But then you know what? If you are shorting it here, this is not you're looking for like let's say 5-10 points, right? You're looking for bigger reward, right? So in that case, only if you are looking for a bigger reward reversal, then you look for short here with a larger stop for day trading. Otherwise you don't bother to short, you stick with longs as we planned, right? And today, remember, as we discussed in Discord also, today is OPEX day, so you are not supposed to use your brain today. You are not supposed to analyze price action today. Price will behave weirdly and you will not understand why it is behaving that way. All indexes will act on their own. They are no longer tied today. They will act differently. For example, Russell, right? Russell went down all the way, while Dow went up all the way, right? So that 100% opposite. While ES and NQ chopped around pretty much, right? And slowly move up in ES, but NQ is pretty much chopped around. End of the day, it went higher. So that kind of price behavior you will expect on OPEX day, majority of the OPEX day. So you have to expect that chopping thing also, going into the day. But so now let's come back to the price action here, right? So this was a short only for the based on the midterm sellers, right? So we are not supposed to short as a day trader, as we discussed, right? We are supposed to wait for longs and go longs, right? So 46 was a good area, right? Those of you wanted to go fear of missing out or early long, relying on this area, confluence area support, right? We talked about it in the pre-market in the Discord. So you can go long here. In that case, put your stop 2.3 point below it and you hold it and you wait. You hope that it will eventually take out this 53, so that is a one way to trade these things. Now let's say you are not sure because this 53 is also midterm sellers area and this 46 may react up to this point, maybe 48.50, and then damn thing comes down. That is another possibility right of the open, right? Because of this is a good area. So safest way is to do is what? Let price proves it. Let either side proves it first, right? So here, if you let me zoom in a little bit. So here I was talking in Discord at that time, right? When price higher and it was chopping around, I said 48.50 is important for both sides, right? right here. I talked about it right here when it was here, right? Then what happened? Price went above 48.50, closed higher, try to touch these things, closed higher, try to even break down 48.50, right? But couldn't. Look at this, right? It couldn't. Then closed higher, right? And then finally it took out this thing again, right? So all this thing, and 46 even held here, right? So all this thing is showing you that hey, buyers are in control, momentum is above zero line, it is already bullish, right? And buyers are holding it. If this is a midterm sellers area, and if they responded it here, it should have just sliced through it, because of their power. They are not that much active, so when it closed here, pull back right here, you can go long 48.50. That is the safest way to do it. And then you target what? This, either one, right? Depending on how price goes there, you will decide at that point in time whether you want to bail out here, right? So now once you go long here, you have a stop placement right at 45, or right below it, 1 point, and that's it. 3-point stop, and then you go long, right? So hold on. Then put a stop there, go long, right? And now you wait for this thing to take an out, right? So and then you target what? This one of these areas, right? So you are holding it, and when you see this breakout, you are now relying on these sellers turning into buyers. So you will broken the resistance, turn into support. This is another long, and now you wait, right? So then what happened? Price came straight to 60.62, right? So basically it went from here to here straight up on an OPEX day, right? So now here, if you look at NQ, Dow, Russell, combining everything, right? And this momentum, look at this momentum, right? It couldn't able to go higher. It was just holding it here, right? So that was the earliest sign that momentum is not picking up, right? And now price is exhausted into this 60 area. If you look at here, I'll show you something in the pre-market. See, those are the things you have to read through it. See, I put a lot of effort into these things. So here, 44, 60, 62, bold area. If price is exhausted here straight up, then it will hold here. See that? Straight comment at 6 o'clock in the morning. I put it there, right? So now you look at into it straight up, right? So, and the way it chopped around here, fought it, right? Here also it pulled back, right? This could be the high of the day. Possibility is there, So considering it's a Friday, it's a OPEX, and you got this much point, you don't want to be greedy. You bail out right here. That is what I said in Discord. 60 is a good area to take profit, right? So now if you don't want to take a profit here, then you have no choice but put your stop, move it to 53, or leave it at 46, right? And then wait till end of the day, because it's OPEX day. It can go higher and close it here at 83 also. That is a max potential, right? But I would suggest, that was I said, right? 60 could be the good area to take profit. If you held it at 53 stop, you would be stopped out, right? And then it would be pissed off. So, and even though if you held it here up to 45 stop, and when you see price coming down all the way up to 47 in this fashion, you might have bailed out your contract right here with, like, let's say 1 point or even break even, because as a day trader you would be scared definitely by looking at this. See my point? So you get the profit, you lock in the profit whenever there is a best possibility. So assume, let's say you take a profit here, you are in luck. But let's say you did not, and here let's say you hold it till 45, right? You have to go through this chop and pain of holding it through, right? And as a day trader, we don't have a luxury to walk out from the trade, just leave it on and then you go and go golfing, right? It's not how it works. So you have to sit through this chop, painstaking thing, right? So that's why it is important you realize it when to take profit. So and this point onwards, when price came down here again, I think somewhere around here I said day is screwed up, somewhere into this area, somewhere, by looking at NQ and other indexes, right? So when I say day is screwed up, it's screwed up. That means you are not supposed to trade ideally, because you will expect a chop like this, sit through this chop, back and forth. It's a recipe for losing money when you trade in this area, and that is what exactly happened with many day traders probably. But anyway, at the end, price went higher, broke out about this and closed, hit 65. That was one of the key level also, right? Midterm sellers area. So pretty much it held here, and then it closed right at 63, right? So now going into Monday, right? Monday I want what? I'm going to put it in a closing remark what I want to see for ES actually. NQ I'm going to put it in the closing remark, but I wanted to see gap up above this area 50-53 and go higher, or gap up above this area and go higher, right? And then I do not want to see gap down below this 53-55 area and then go lower, take out 46. That is not the scenario I want to see for buyers. I want to see it for sellers, but buyers I wanted to see gapping up above this area and hold it. That is all, and that'll be all for today. I'll see you on Monday.